watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. You're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
I just want to say thanks for making my millennium. Oh my gosh, wow. It's a love fest.
Yeah, you heard that story.
Yeah.
So I guess should I tell it again?
Oh, yeah, if you want. I mean, yeah.
You know, you guys are into comedy. Does it really help when somebody gives the punchline?
Hello!
Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turn off the microphone, and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on, I get ah. Seriously, ready?
Hello! That was an idiot. Damn it. Hello!
That was it.
All right. This is the one. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, do it like hey. All right, you ready from hey?
Hey.
Now.
Hello. Hey.
Hello. Do it like that.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, Facebook page, YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Thanks for joining us today. Please, we ask every day that you share the link to this show on all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We appreciate the support. We could definitely use it. That's for sure. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. And we do not have a legendary Long Islander joining us today. Let's see. I'll fill you guys in a second. I'm just fixing camera angles here. Okay. And there we are. Good morning. We were this close to having Joey Cola in here today.
No way.
He had to cancel. But I actually said it on the air the other day, and if he was coming in, I would have said it to you this morning. If you brought up that story, I would have murdered you on the air. So Joey Cola is not coming, unfortunately. But go see him Friday anyway. He's playing McGuire's on Friday.
Okay.
Now, he's not coming in, but usually when he's performing in the area, he goes on Roger and JP at WBAB. So he couldn't make it here, but I'm telling you, if he shows up over there at their show, I just might bust in and beat his ass. Because I would bet money that coming on this show gets more asses in the seats than it does going on their show. And plus, JP's a dick, so...
He's a dick.
He's a dick. Yeah. I tell you what he did to us in here?
I don't believe so.
I was telling somebody in here recently. when we first started doing shows in here, probably about a year in, he would come hang out in here, JP. And he seemed like a nice enough guy. I had heard that he's a dick, but I had never met him before. I've met Roger before. I like Roger. He's okay.
Yeah.
But JP, yeah, I heard he's a dick, but he would hang around in the club, and then, yeah, he would start hanging out in here a little bit. Never went on the air. Well, I take that back. When Joey Cola had a podcast in here, he went on with him a few times. But there were plenty of times he would just come sit on the couch and hang. Like, sometimes during a show, but he wouldn't be on camera, or just after a show, we'd be hanging out. But it turns out, I guess he was just coming here to scope it all out, because he went and called the FCC on us.
What?
Yeah, like we were broadcasting without permission or without proper licensing, and
wow.
So we were like, well, we're not a radio station. We just go live on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the FCC was like, oh, okay, never mind, and that was the end of it. But we're like, what a dick.
And you sure it was him?
I was told by reliable sources that it was him, and how the reliable sources know that, I have no idea. But.
He must have said something to somebody then.
And, plus the fact he hasn't been here since.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Joey, don't go on Roger and JP. I know you're friends with them. I know you like them. I know it's fun to be on a major radio station.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you want asses in those seats you don't need our help. You're Joey Cola. But if you want to get a few more asses in the seats, you come in here. Damn it. Ann says hello. John Roth, excuse me. I screwed up John and Ann's last name. Ann Rothney, John Rusiello. Everybody's saying good morning. Fremder is there.
Good morning.
I hope you're feeling better, my sweets. My shots when will what?
Mine shots.
My shots when will I'm just sore today. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. And so Ann had to go to the doctor yesterday.
Oh.
And you got some shots, and you're sore today from your shots. Well, rest up, Ann, and relax.
Sorry, Ann.
And hope you're feeling better.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Mike and I were talking before we went on the air. We both have stories, stuff to share today. However, before we get into that, I'm going to follow Fremder's lead. Fremder wrote, R.I.P. Ozzy. That was the big news yesterday after our show was over, that Ozzy Osbourne passed away yesterday. Crazy. It's, 76 years old. You're up there, but it's still kind of weird to think of, a world with. We grew up with that guy.
It was our era.
And his craziness.
70s, 80s.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird that he's not here anymore. It's weird to me. Now, I'm going to guess that you were not a fan of his music.
I appreciated his music. Very much. But you're right. I didn't go out of my way to listen to it. Yeah.
What's the heaviest you'll go? Name the heaviest band that you would either buy their album or go see them, or if you're on the radio, you would stop to listen to their music.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually heavier than I would have thought with you.
Okay. Yeah, I like angry music.
You do?
And plus, I love Tom Morello.
Yeah, I love. Well, yeah, that's it. Were you introduced to them and him from listening to Bruce?
No, I was listening to Rage before Tom started playing with Bruce. I was listening to Rage.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what? Now that you say it, I think the reason why I started listening to Rage is because someone told me they did a cover of Ghost of Tom Joad.
Right.
And I listened to it, and I was blown away by it.
It is great.
And then I just started listening to them pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And I think they're great. I know the lead singer, he's a little off.
Yeah. Great singer.
He's a great singer.
Yeah, his name escapes me right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom Morello's a big union supporter too, so I like him.
Oh, he's a big union. He's a real good blue collar supporter. Yeah,
and great guitar player. Nobody like him.
I'm gonna go on record. Not that anybody gives a crap. He might be my favorite guitar player of all time.
Really?
Yeah, I love watching him play.
Interesting. Okay.
The way he holds it, he's got all those strings dangling.
Yes,
I have no
cool.
idea why.
Yeah.
And he makes that guitar sound like something I've never heard.
Yes.
Yes. I know everyone talks about Jimi Hendrix, all that thing. I really never got into them as much, but I could listen to Tom Morello playing that guitar all day.
Well, Hendrix is kind of the same thing. Like, he did things to the guitar that nobody ever heard before.
Right.
And in my opinion, very few have done since. I'm a big Hendrix guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's and I do admire guitar players like that. When you're listening to a song, and all of a sudden you hear the guitar, and you're like, "Oh, that's got to be so and so."
Yes.
That to me tells you, that guy is
like
doing
if you
something.
could put a blindfold on, Tom Morello would be playing. You would say that's Tom Morello.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Morello, Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, even Clapton, and Slash even.
Slash.
You hear that guitar and you're like, oh, that's so and so. Which is great.
And that's actually not just talent; that's a gift.
Yes,
that
absolutely
they can
right.
do that. Plus hard work and all that.
But very sad. Yes, I'm not a big Ozzy guy. I mean, I do like a lot of his stuff and Black Sabbath. I have, I think, maybe 2 albums. But like, I don't know like the deep cuts or anything.
Yeah.
But I do like. In fact, I put some on today. Of course, when somebody dies, I'm one of those guys. Somebody dies, I'm like, I got to listen to their music. And even on the way here today, I heard, I don't even remember the name of the song, but I heard something I don't remember ever hearing before. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. It was some early Sabbath. But I always admired his singing.
Yeah.
His song "No More Tears" is just. Are you familiar with that one?
Yes.
It's one of my favorite songs by anybody, man.
Mom Coming Home.
Mom Coming Home is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Dreamer. And then I just heard yesterday for the first time a song he did with Elton John. Universal Man, I think that's the name of it.
Wow.
Very good. Very good. And a little poignant because it's all about death and leaving his mark. And so
there's a big thing going on in England. A lot of people, I was listening to the news on the way here, and a guy flew in from L.A. to put just flowers, I guess, wherever he lived. I'm not sure.
Birmingham, I think.
Birmingham,
or that's where he's originally from. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people coming in droves, dropping flowers off.
Yeah. And how cool is it for him? And we talked about it a few months ago when we had a comedian, Palma, who was dying of cancer, and we had a tribute, a night, dedicated to her here, and she was able to show up and thank everybody, and we called it a living wake. And, to be able to actually come here, say goodbye to everybody, how cool is that? And she did. She just died about a month ago. And, same with Ozzy. He just, not even 2 weeks ago, he did his farewell concert.
They played a clip. He's like, I love you all, the whole thing. And it's amazing how you're gone.
So, but it's cool that he had that chance to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it right. I mean, it was an all-day affair, and they were, Metallica played, and all these different bands played, and, got to say goodbye. And then, the night ended with Black Sabbath. And the original lineup of Sabbath hadn't played together in a long time. So, that's so cool that you really get to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
He probably knew he's suffering from Parkinson's and a few other things. But I also heard, now, I don't know if this is true. I heard, and it's hard because, with the internet, you don't know what's true and what's not true anymore. No. But I heard that he actually went to Switzerland because apparently assisted suicide is legal there.
Yes.
So supposedly he actually went there and killed himself.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's true or not, but but I did see that on the internet. And then, supposedly even his wife had said in an interview that's what he was going to do. Apparently he was not well.
Yeah, he was
Parkinson's,
not well.
And I think maybe even a type of cancer, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy hasn't, looks like, the past few years, any public appearance, he was sitting down. He couldn't even move. But, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
I did like his reality show. I found it very entertaining.
Yeah? I did it first, and then after a while, it was a bit much. Let's see. What? John Rusciello, wish I was with you. I would rub the area. Oh, he's talking to Ann. Ann had shots in the back. Look at that. I hope Dawn smacks you around for a comment like that.
Gives you the dead leg.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And then Ann says, well, my back is so sore, no one's going to touch my back. See that? See that, Romeo? Try that, Smoothie. She won't even let you touch her back.
Screw you, creepo.
When I got the news, I had tears in my eyes. He was a major influence in the way I play music, says Fremder.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. and now John's trying to egg Fremder on. He's like, well, look at Mike's outfit. Have you seen it before? That's become like your Wednesday shirt, huh?
This is my Knock 'em Dead comedy podcast uniform.
Oh.
Because Fremder busted my chops about it. Now he gets it every week.
Oh, well, I doubt he gets it every week.
Probably not.
I read that already. Ozzy, what an awesome guy, says Ann. I'm blessed to have grown up with his music and craziness. Oh, Fremder says Tom Morello sucks. Wow.
What?
Yeah, why?
Wow, I'd like to know why he thinks that.
One thing to say, I'm not really a fan of that music, but to say he sucks. Rage Against the Machine, the band has a shitty guitar player. Wow. Fremder. Wow.
Is he just busting our chops?
I don't know. And then, Ann says, I've seen Palmer's tribute show. It was very touching.
Hi, how are you?
That's John Truson. He's a part of the story that I have to tell. And I didn't know, where'd you see Palmer's tribute show? Did they have it online? I wasn't even aware of that. Fremder, I heard Ozzy was an assisted suicide by a doctor that only gave him another month because of his condition. Oh, really? That's what you heard from her? Now, is that just like an internet thing, or did you get that from like a reliable place, like, like a real major news outlet.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was planned accordingly. He got his affairs in order, played the farewell show backstage. Kelly got engaged. A few weeks later, he's gone. Yeah, that's right. I heard about that. His daughter got engaged backstage. But yeah, the whole thing was planned out like that. Wow. Ann says, "I like your uniform, Magic Mike."
Oh, thank you, Ann.
And then she saw the Palmer show online. I'll have to go look for that. I didn't know that was online.
You were at the show, right?
Well, I was back here.
Oh, you were back here.
Yeah. No, I take that back. I was back here for like half of it. Then I went out there because not only was she able to make it because she was so sick, but not only was she able to make it, but she actually went up and did a set.
She did.
So like everybody stopped what they were doing to get in there and watch that, and she crushed. She was so funny. But then after she did her set, she stayed up there and thanked everybody and was basically just saying goodbye.
How old of a lady was she?
She was 67.
That stinks.
Yeah, but so it was so emotional, but really, but at the end of the day, you think that was really cool. You had the opportunity to say goodbye instead of
Most of the people don't get that opportunity. No,
and instead you're in front of a coffin, in front of a lifeless body, saying shit you should have said when they were here. So yeah, that was it's everybody's crying, but it was a tough thing, but I'm sure years later when you're thinking about it, you actually had the chance to say goodbye. And I've said it on here before. It was very emotional, and I didn't know Palmer well, but we did have our share of cancer conversations. And after that show was over, I was coming back in here I think I probably just had stuff in here to take with me, my house keys or something, my glasses, just get my stuff, to leave.
Yeah.
I come into the hallway. She's standing right outside the room. She has all sorts of people hugging her, and she's saying, family's here. I didn't even know how she saw me. I was just about to walk into the studio here, and all of a sudden I hear her go, "Watch out, watch out, watch out." So I just look over, and she literally is parting this hallway because she wants to get to me. She comes over to me and gives me this big hug, and she just looks at me and says, "Thank you." And that was the closest. I didn't cry, but that was the closest I came to crying that day, man. I mean, this whole place was waterworks, but yeah, that was heavy. I didn't expect that.
And when was this? When was this event?
We're in July. When was this? I think it was early May. I think the second week of May, something like that. And she wasn't well. They didn't even think she was going to make it here. They weren't sure she was even going to be alive to make it here.
Wow.
But yeah, she made it, and
she survived another couple months.
Yeah, I remember actually even the next day. Carrie Karavis, great comedian. She was good friends with Palmer. She reached out to me the next day. She goes, "I don't think she might not make it through the night." I mean, that was the very next day, and then I don't know what kind of condition she was in that she held on. I don't know if she was comatose. I don't know if she was up and about. I have no idea.
Wow.
But she just passed about a month ago. So the whole thing. Oh, I read that already. All right. So Ann says she heard the same thing about Ozzy. The older I get, my sex life is more like Coca-Cola. At first normal, then light, now zero. So, all right. So before we move on, I do have some Ozzy stuff.
They said he created a whole new genre of that style of music.
I don't know if I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know that genre of music well, so I'm not adept to answer.
If I have my timeline right, they did. Black Sabbath came out
70s?
No, late, like 68 or 69, and I'm pretty sure that they came out just before Zeppelin. So Sabbath, before Zeppelin, but I'm going to say Sabbath. They sounded a lot like, and you're going to laugh. They sounded a lot like Cream.
Oh, really?
The band Cream.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Fremder, I'm sure, is typing. Yeah, he can't type fast enough. Cream, the band with Eric Clapton. It was. Many people consider Cream to be like the birth of heavy metal.
Right.
They were heavy,
Okay.
but it was bluesy, but it was like heavy blues, and that's how Black Sabbath started out. That's where I would say. That's what I would say is the birth of.
They're in the Rock
that.
and Roll Hall of Fame.
Cream?
I-
Absolutely.
No,
Yes, sir.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath is, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
All great bands. I was about to say I'm a big Cream fan. But
You already did.
in 2005, Cream reunited to do some shows in England.
Uh-huh.
And I went up to a buddy of mine who was a big he was a fan of like all these 60s bands. So I went up to him and I wanted to say, are you going to go to England and see Cream? For whatever reason, it just had a brain fart, and I said, are you going to go to England to see Queen? And he goes, Queen? I said, oh, no, sorry. I said, you know what I mean. He goes, and there was a bunch of us, so we picked on him for years with this. He goes, yeah, you keep your Queen. I like Cream. And we just...
Oh, that's funny.
We picked on this poor bastard. This guy's name was Lloyd. I haven't seen him in years, but we picked on this guy for years about that.
I like Cream.
You stick with your Queen. I like Cream. And, of course, immediately I was like, yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
And then everybody
yeah.
everybody had something to say to him. Oh, it was fantastic. Don Sill is watching. Don Sill, King of the Hill. He's got the will. Oh, yeah, thank you. Don Sill.
Don Sill's got the will.
Don Sill, King of the Hill. He's got the will. What did he say? Black Sabbath basically invented heavy metal tone. Tony's missing fingertip. What? Oh, Tony Iommi's missing fingertip made them tone down to give them that ominous evil tone.
Oh, okay.
All right. They definitely took that and brought it up a notch. Kind of brought it up to another level, but I still think Cream had that. I just think Sabbath, yeah, like I said, took it to another level. Carol Miner had to disagree. Black Sabbath had such a distinct sound. Yeah. No, they did. I'm not disputing that, but I'm just saying that type of sound, that type of music, that type of heavy metal, so to speak, I just think started with Cream, and then Black Sabbath. You know, like Cream laid the foundation, the blueprint, and then Black Sabbath took it and ran with it. The band started in 1968, came to the what? The band started in 1968, came to the 1970. That's Romeo. Don Sill yells, "Love Bone." That's what he calls me. Tone the Love Bone, and he's Don Sill, King of the Hill, the man with the will. Fremder, Queen definitely has more than one deep cut. I can tell you that. Yes, very true. So Ozzy Osbourne, everybody knows, he was a lunatic. And everybody knows about, how he bit the head off the bat. But did you know he also bit the head off a bird?
I thought it was a chicken. It was a bird?
No, well, first it was a bat. That was at a concert.
Yeah.
And then, so that was the big famous thing. The chicken was Alice Cooper. Somebody threw a live chicken on the stage. Cooper grabbed it and just threw it back. But at a record company party for when I think this was when Ozzy first went solo, if I'm not mistaken, they had some kind of party, and I don't know, they were doves, and at this party, doves were flying around. Ozzy grabbed them, right. There's actually photos of that, and you see the blood, it's crazy. He also, I did not know this until I was reading about him after the news of his death. He also once, in 1984, he was on tour with Motley Crue. He snorted a trail of ants.
What?
That's what it says. And apparently, as late as 2023, his wife thought that was just some made up story, one of those just made up stories. But she was doing an interview where she brought it up. Oh yeah, someone said he snorted, and he was there. He was a part of the interview, and he looks and goes, "No, I was there. I did it." And then Tommy Lee, Motley Crue, he called in, or he just put out a statement. He said, "Yeah, I was there. I saw it. He snorted a trail of ants."
What?
Keith Richards, although I think Keith Richards might have been lying, but he claims he snorted his father's ashes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but I've read the same thing.
So he liked Ozzy said he liked old movies, like the classic movies where you get a pie in the face.
Oh, the old slapstick stuff?
So he just, to go with his style of music and his craziness, he took that idea, just went to another level where he would just throw stuff into the audience, and then the audience eventually, that became his thing for years. He would do it at the end of concerts, throw things, and they would throw things back. So people used to sneak stuff in, waiting for the end of the show so they can throw it.
Yeah.
And, he was a lunatic, and I guess a lot of his fans were too. So he used to take bits of meat and throw it into the audience. That was his thing. Chunks of meat, and just which I would love. I'd be like,
yeah.
But he said, but then the audience took it to another level. Sometimes he said an example of stuff that was thrown at him. So he claims sheep testicles, live snakes, dead rats. Someone once threw a frog on stage. It was the biggest frog I ever seen. It landed on its back, and then I was and the bloody fucking thing. Sharon. He was banned from San Antonio for a decade after he urinated at the Alamo.
Yeah.
Which I believe, then I think he
forgot
got
about
arrested
that.
for that.
He did
too.
get arrested.
Yeah. And but then he eventually he paid his dues, and he offered an official apology, and I do believe they let him back. But yeah, great. And Don Sill, speaking of Don Sill actually, I think twice, at least once, got to interview Ozzy.
Really?
Don Sill used to write for music magazines.
Yeah.
I would say Circus being probably the most popular one that he wrote for. And he posted it yesterday. A magazine cover with Ozzy on it, and it said on the bottom, interview with Don Sill. But I forget, Don, was it once or twice? And I think one was on over the phone, if I'm not mistaken. Carol Miner. Ozzy was a huge history buff. He was much more intellectual than he was given credit for.
I've read the same thing.
I've read that too.
It wasn't like an act, but that was just his personality. But he was very intelligent.
Yeah, and he was
not as a child. He had a lot. I was reading yesterday. He had a lot of issues when he was a child with dyslexia, learning disabilities, and music was his outlet.
And he was not even really into heavy metal all that much.
No.
He liked, like classic rock, but even like standards.
He said the Beatles.
Yeah, he was a huge Beatle guy.
Beatle guy.
Yeah. King of the Hill.
Tony, the Love Bone. What's happening, brother man?
What are you doing?
Nothing, man. I just wanted to, talk a little Ozzy because Ozzy was one of the greatest to ever do it, and one of the creators of the whole genre of heavy metal and the Godfather, and it just sucks to see him that he passed away. We all knew it was coming, but just like anyone who created that many memories for so many generations through music and just who he is, and for being like the Prince of Darkness.
Right.
To have so much love inside of him and to have so many people love you just says a lot, too. So peace out to Ozzy. Hope he's resting in peace and all that good stuff. But I did want to talk about, too, you mentioned when I got to interview him.
Yeah.
And, I got to interview him twice.
It was twice, okay.
Both for the different Ozfests. One, I think the first time was like in 2002, and then the second time was in like 2004, and it was published in 2005, so just before the tour started. He was always super cool. I pissed him off the second time because I brought up Iron Maiden, and they were having a big feud with Iron Maiden. And I was like, what's going on with Bruce Dickinson and Sharon and everything? I don't want to talk about that. Don't even bring that up. He got all mad at me.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting, getting yelled at by Ozzy for a second. And then I easily, I brought him back to, I won him back over again. But, but the first time, if you got time, I'll tell you a quick story about the first time I interviewed Ozzy. So I was writing for Circus Magazine. And when I was writing for Circus Magazine, man, it was a dream come true because I was able to interview a lot of my rock heroes because it just gave me an outlet. Once you have Circus Magazine, a lot of these metal bands came up through Circus Magazine, so they were very receptive and I was interviewing like all my heroes.
Right.
So Ozzy was putting out a new album. I forget which one it was, but one of it might have been the one with Mom, I'm Coming Home on it. So I reached out to the label, and I got them back, and they said the only way we will, his management was like, the only way we can guarantee you an interview with Ozzy is if you can guarantee us he'll be on the cover of Circus. So I said, okay, let me call the publisher, which is Jerry Rothberg. Shout out to Jerry Rothberg. He was the founder of Circus Magazine, a great human being, still an author writing books and stuff.
Right.
But anyway, so Jerry was always super cool with me. So I called Jerry. I'm like, hey, Jerry, I can get this interview with Ozzy. Now, you got to remember, this is Ozzy. This is like early 2000s, late 90s. Ozzy was kind of on a hiatus of sorts. Like, he wasn't as popular as he once was. He was kind of fading. So Jerry's like, dude, Don, we've already had a million interviews, a million cover stories with Ozzy. He's like, I'm not going to guarantee the cover. He's like, Ozzy's basically he was telling me Ozzy was a has-been.
Wow.
So I hang up the phone. I'm all disappointed. So then I call up the management, and she's like, hello, yes. So what did they say? I was like, he said, absolutely, we'd love to do a cover story. Because there was no way I was letting Ozzy slip.
Yeah.
So it was a gamble. So I do the interview with Ozzy, and I actually think there's a piece of it that was recorded on the Osbourne show. So I'm talking to Ozzy on the phone, and he's like, oh, you got to understand right now I'm going through a lot. I go, what's going on, Ozzy? He's like, I got people in and out of my room all the time, and they got cameras. I go, cameras? I go, what are they, filming like cribs or something at your house? He said the MTV had camera people all in his house. So I said, what are they filming cribs? He goes, no, it's a show about my family. So this is before the press release or anything went out about the Osbourne show.
Right.
That they were doing the TV show. So anyway, so the news comes out around the same time I did the interview. They dropped the press release. So then I do the interview. Then Jerry Rothberg calls me up. He goes, Don, I hope you got that interview with Ozzy. We're going to make it a cover story. So I was like, sweet. So it all worked out. But yeah, Ozzy was super cool. And if you watch like the first episode of The Osbournes, there's a scene where the camera crew busts into his library where he's on the phone. And I don't know for a fact, but he's doing an interview, and I think it might be with me. I like to think it's he's talking to me.
Do you hear him say? Do you hear him say something that he said to you that makes you think he could have been talking to you?
Yeah, yes, and it sounded like the conversation. Like I swear, but again, I have to find my tape. Through all the moving around I've done, I have all these cassette tapes, little mini tapes and stuff like that I used to do the interviews on. And this was a phoner, and I would do it through the phone as well with these tapes. So I got to find my tapes and digitize them all, and it's just such a pain in the ass. But I'm pretty. Again, it's in my fantasy, so I like to believe it. Sometimes things are better off in your memories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much true.
Than when you find out reality. But if you get a chance, if anybody goes back, you feel nostalgic, want to watch the Osbournes, I'm pretty sure it's like the first or second episode. He's on the phone, and I'm pretty sure, I like to think anyway, he's talking to me. But anyway, I got to, like I said, interview Ozzy twice, both times super cool. I met the whole family one time at Ozfest backstage.
Wow.
The sister and the brother and the mother, Sharon, were all driving around on a golf cart. And I got to just, because I used to hang out, when I would go to Ozfest covering these concerts, I would hang out backstage at the second stage. Not they didn't, media had to go by the second stage. So second stage, some of the, bigger bands would be like, early Slipknot would be back there, POD, Puddle of Mud, bands like that.
Wow. The
main stage had your, like, Marilyn Manson's and Ozzy would always headline. So every once in a blue moon, some of these headliners would, from the main stage, would come hang out with the other bands. So at the time, Kelly Osbourne was dating Burt McCracken from The Used. And so she came back there on her golf cart with the whole family to see Burt. And, so I got to just be around them. I wouldn't say I was hanging out with them, but I was definitely in their circle when I was in the middle interviewing The Used. Yeah, so they came. And Zakk Wylde was always back there too. And Zakk Wylde is, great guitar player from New Jersey. Ozzy's fucking right-hand man and towards the end there. So
And he
yeah,
seems
man.
like I've heard he's a really nice guy, Zach Wilde.
Zach Wild's super cool, dude. I hung out on the freaking bus with those guys, with his whole band, and they are some rowdy motherfuckers. But I'll tell you, it was a blast. Because Zach Wild's like a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
He's a bona fide rock star. I've been around the world who knows how many times.
Sure.
But when you talk to him, he's just a regular dude from New Jersey who likes to drink beer and he always calls. Every time he says my name, the way he says my name, it always like startles me. Like Don. So anyway, he'll be telling us like Zach Wild would tell a story. Like, yeah, so the first time I started playing guitar, Don, I'm telling you, it was freaking awesome. I picked up the guitar, Don, I gotta tell you, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's intense, man. He's super intense. It's Zach Wild. And yeah, but those were some good days, man. Writing for Circus Magazine, being around Ozfest, being around Ozzy, and during that time period when the Osbournes came out, with like the original Kardashians,
Yeah, right.
It reinvented, researched Ozzy's career in a way. It brought him to a whole new audience, and it made him family friendly.
Right.
It made him safer, and made people love him. And I think that Osbourne show redefined him and reinvented him in a way he never would have gotten had he not done that show. So I think that show was very important for him and his legacy.
Yeah.
Even though we look at it now with all these reality shows, and you're like, oh my god, but you got to remember he was one of the first to do it, like that, like inside your home like that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Yeah, so God bless Ozzy, man. Just check out his all of his music, man, because he was my first concert too, in Nassau Coliseum.
Oh wow!
Ultimate Sin Tour, 1986. Young Metallica opened up for him.
Wow!
I never even knew Metallica at the time, really. They were too heavy for me at that time, and then all of a sudden they played Master of Puppets, and I was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
But that was right there at Nassau Coliseum. Legendary. You could find that concert online too. They actually posted that whole concert. That's the concert that Ozzy actually spoke about by name. He said, "Well, one time Metallica opened for me at Nassau Coliseum, and I was like, why did I bring these guys on tour? They're blowing me away." He like gives them props and stuff. And yeah, so, but yeah, man, lifelong fan of Ozzy.
Yeah.
And it was cool when I was a little kid and Diary of a Madman came out.
Yep.
I was frightened of this dude, like scared out of my mind.
Me too.
I thought he was the devil, man.
Yes.
And then whoever knew, years later, I would get a chance to, have him on the phone and just love that guy. So, yeah, man.
Because all that stuff was new also. Like those, Ozzy and Iron Maiden, like all in the early '80s, you had those heavy metal bands with, with the crazy album covers, and Ozzy with he would have fangs and the makeup, and we never seen anything like that. I mean, Kiss kind of touched upon that with makeup and stuff, but that was more circus like. Where Ozzy was, like you said, you thought he was like he took the picture in hell. Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like the imagery of Ozzy.
Yes, the imagery, exactly.
Yeah, but we were young, especially. Like maybe older teenagers. Were cool with that, but like you said, it was new. Nobody saw this kind of evil type imagery and upside down crucifixes and this guy, with a fucking blood all over him and stuff.
Right.
No one's ever seen that in your face before like that. I mean, Alice Cooper was kind of doing that.
Yes. Oh, sure.
But it looked like you said, it was more kind of a little bit more cartoony, where you feel like Ozzy was for real. Like you felt like Ozzy, like this guy's really like this.
Right.
But
well, plus you also had
called.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. The first time I saw that Ozzy was kind of humanized there was this movie called the Fall of Modern Civilization as We Know It. Or something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
And Ozzy is in this. He's at his house. They interviewed all kinds of bands. This is the one where the dude from Wasp.
Right.
The guitar player from Wasp was drunk in the pool and all that. It's like a famous interview.
Yeah.
I forget the dude's name offhand. But anyway, so Ozzy is in his house for some reason, and he's cooking eggs. And he's like, yeah. He's
Right.
making coffee. He's making breakfast.
Yes, I remember
And
that
to
now.
see this guy, like in that setting, this was like
Right.
this is about 20 years earlier, but this is like the beginning of like the Osbourne show, like really. And it's just Ozzy in this. He's at his like in a hotel room making eggs and breakfast, and it's just so weird at that time period.
Yeah.
Seeing Ozzy doing this is like, what the fuck? But that's when he started getting humanized, and I was like, oh, you know what, this guy, maybe he's not this evil dude that he portrays to be.
Yeah.
Maybe he actually is a family man.
And the fact too that, like, we're talking about the imagery and the album covers, but he went solo and just at the start of MTV. So we were getting the videos too. So and they were nothing like, they weren't terribly graphic, but for the early 80s, it was still stuff we never saw before.
No.
So it was freaky for young teenagers to be like, what in the world is that, man?
And he went hand in hand with MTV, if you think about it. It was a perfect time because this guy, and he just fit perfectly for MTV to kind of really just launch. And I think he understood too what he was doing and how to tap in and also, man, like he was a huge Beatles fan.
Yes,
huge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
like, this dude loved the Beatles.
Yep.
And he did a Beatles cover of.
He did a few.
Yeah, there was one that I used in a video once. There are places.
In my life.
In my life, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
His
also
version of that.
he's covered a few Lennon solo tunes, and yeah, he was a big Beatles fan. In fact, there's great video backstage at the Stern Show. It's where Ozzy meets McCartney for the first time.
Wow. Oh yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Ozzy's a little
like starstruck.
He's a little starstruck, and you actually start to wonder if McCartney has any idea who he's even talking to.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, really. I mean, they did, and I think a year or two later they did share the stage at some charity concert in England. But at the time of the Stern thing, yeah, Paul is kind of looking at him funny. So you're not sure if Paul knows who he is or not. But yeah, Ozzy is Ozzy starstruck. Yeah, he appears on a Ringo album too. He sings backup on one of Ringo's albums. Yeah, he was a big Beatle guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about Ozzy. He became an icon and a legend on his own, but he still was in awe by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we were saying when you were calling. Actually, Mike and I were saying that he even admitted he was really not. He didn't listen to a lot of heavy metal. He was more Beatles, and before that, like he liked a lot of old classics, classical.
Yeah, exactly. It's like old R&B type stuff, and like classic rock and roll, like early rock before like the Beatles era,
right?
And that kind of stuff. It's just crazy, man. Like when you think about this guy's legacy and how many different layers and how many different generations he affects, and it's just nuts. But
yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's weird to think that we're now in a world that that Ozzy Osbourne's not in. We're getting old, man. It sucks. It sucks.
Well, I'm going to go outside later tonight and just start barking at the moon, just for the hell of it.
I think I'm going to encourage everybody to do that. Everybody that's watching, go tonight. Go outside, bark at the moon. Take video of yourself doing it, and then send it to me, and I'll show it on the show here.
Love it.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Barking at the moon.
Bark at the moon. Real quick before I go, do you have a favorite Ozzy song?
Yeah, I actually mentioned it before. I think No More Tears is just one of the best songs ever by anybody, not just an Ozzy thing. It's just such a great tune.
Yeah, that is a great song.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike?
Mom, I'm Coming Home, I think is my favorite.
And all right, your turn. What about you?
Especially when you watch it now. Like, mine is Flying High Again. Oh no! Here we go.
Well, at that farewell concert a couple weeks ago, one of my favorites, Sammy Hagar, sang that song.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did. I gotta check that out.
Yep.
Got a real strange feeling I don't understand. Gotta get away from here.
Wow, we got Don
stop
Sill
there.
singing "In My Life,"
Yeah.
"High Flying Again,"
Wow.
and "Bark at the Moon." This is awesome.
Yes, indeed. Bark at the moon. Yeah.
Rough.
And Ozzy had a distinct voice. There'll never be another Ozzy. Nobody sounds like
Oh,
him.
no.
He's
Absolutely right.
one of a kind.
Yeah, yeah.
And not many people could say that, man. I mean, he is a one of a kind. His voice, the way he sings, everything about Ozzy is unique.
Also, check out when he got inducted. I think it was just last year at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Billy Idol comes out and sings "No More Tears," and he fucking nailed it.
Oh, he did.
He nailed it.
it.
Yeah, Billy
it's
Idol
great.
rocks.
Billy Idol and Zach Wilde. It's the two of them doing, for the most part, and it totally kicks ass, man. So
Hell yeah.
All right, cool.
Let's check it out, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, great show, guys. I'll see you all soon.
Thank
Later,
you, pal.
Don.
Thanks for calling in.
You got it, man.
All right.
Peace.
See you, brother. Very nice. Always cool to check in with Don Sill. All right, let me read comments, and then we'll finally get to the stuff we wanted to talk about. Ozzy's number one influence was the Beatles. Listen to the Beatles and try to hear Ozzy's voice. Totally makes sense. Yeah, we were just talking about that from there, what a big Beatles fan he was. The reason why he lived so long with all the abuse his body went through over the years is because when they tested his blood, apparently they found some sort of Neanderthal DNA. I'm going to see Pantera at the beach on Saturday, and I'm pretty sure Zach is going to do a tribute. I'm not up on this. Is Zach Wilde the guitarist in Pantera now? I didn't know that. He's great though, Zach Wilde. Jeff Skelzy's watching. Oh, he's going to he said he's going too. Very nice. Yeah, without a doubt he's gonna. Yeah, there's no way he won't do some kind of tribute. I saw online Wolfgang Van Halen. He played. Was it No More Tears? No, Mama, I'm Coming Home. He played Mama, I'm Coming Home at his show last night. And then Fremder wants to hang out with Jeff at the concert. Jeff, tell him you can't make it. Gee, I'm sorry, Fremder. I got no babysitter. I got to stay home. Crazy that Zach has to perform now with that in the back of his mind. Yeah. Oh, and then Jeff says, "Yeah, no doubt." All right, fine. You want to expose yourself to Fremder? All right, knock yourself out. Me and my wife's wedding song that we danced to was "Road to Nowhere." Wow. All the good old days when you can go out to the mall and just get your new Ozzy CD at San Diego. Yeah. Well, that's another reason why I don't like streaming, because all the album art, I used to love like a good cover and like all the artwork. Jeff, where you're sitting, all right, they're talking back and forth. Ozfest is going to continue. It'll be run by his family and Zach, okay. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll is one of the best. Okay. Can't Kill Rock. Oh, I see. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll is one of the best. Oh, one of the tunes. Okay. God Gave Rock and Roll to Us by Kiss. One of the worst songs ever. Oh, actually, Kiss, I think, covered. I don't think it's their song, but their version of it is terrible. I think Ozzy deserves the entire top floor at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, calm down from there. Calm down.
Yeah.
Jeff Bosey is here. Good morning, Jeff Bosey. Oh, and there's Scott. Jeff and Fremder being bros. I love it. Scott has been cracking me up all week at all the other shows here, Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Scott's been commenting throughout and keeping me sane. All right. So thank you for that, Scott.
Scott, short for Scottish. You know why the deer had to go behind the tree?
No idea. What?
The horse, not the deer. The horse.
Oh, the horse. I thought you said deer.
Did I say deer?
I think you did.
Wow.
Why did the horse go behind the tree?
Yeah.
Why?
He had to change his jockeys. We should have a pie fight in here with the cool whip.
Are you going to clean it up when it's done?
I know. They wouldn't like it none too much, would they?
No. No. Years ago, one of these, a show that's not here anymore, hosted by a couple of assholes, they allowed they brought dogs and birds in here, and man, I thought we were all going to get our asses kicked. I couldn't believe it. Thankfully, nobody
they didn't
marked their territory.
They didn't get pre-approval for this.
They didn't tell anybody. They just did it. Yeah.
Excuse me.
All right, so you wanted to share some stories today, and then I have a crazy story as well.
Who's first? You want to? You want to flip on it?
No. Go first.
Some people say if you have a bad Friday night, you should just lay low the rest of the weekend. And this weekend was the prime example. Prime example.
Okay, starting with Friday, I'm assuming.
Friday evening.
Yep.
So I'm at Jennifer's house. So we're just sitting in the bed chatting.
Sitting where?
On her bed, chatting.
You're not married. You should not be on her bed.
Okay. The door was open.
Oh, all right.
The door was open.
That's weird.
The dog was there.
The dog. Oh, now we're getting kinky.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sitting on her bed.
Yeah, and Jennifer is famous for not having her phone near her, and she doesn't have her notifications on. She just randomly checks her phone.
Good for her.
Yeah. And at the beginning, anyway, it doesn't matter. So her daughter usually, if she needs to get a hold of her mother, will call me.
Ava.
So once in a while, I'll answer the phone. Yeah, And I was going to say, when I saw it was Ava, I was going to say, Pat's Pizza, Pat speaking, home of the naked pie.
The hell does that mean?
It's just funny. Pat's Pizza, Pat speaking, home of the naked pie. You can make a naked pie. I want to develop a new pizza. Never mind. But so when I answered the phone, I had it on speaker. I hear her boyfriend screaming in the background, and she's crying.
Oh, my goodness.
She's crying, like hysterical.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as soon as I heard that, I started to get up because something bad has happened.
Right.
So they got into it.
What do you mean screaming? Like he's screaming at somebody or he's screaming in pain?
No, he's screaming at someone.
Okay.
So at first I'm like, and Jennifer's like, we both thought maybe they were having a fight.
Sure.
We weren't sure. And she said we got into an accident. So automatically I get up, I put my shoes on. Where are you? This and that. So we go, and they're fine.
Ava's what? She's still on the island, or is she?
She came for the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So she came from Philadelphia via train, and her boyfriend picked her up from the train, and this happened on the South Service Road of the Expressway near exit 61. Not the end of the story. So she's fine. We go there, and everything is working out accordingly.
Nobody was hurt.
Two other cars. Oh, funny story.
Two other cars. How many cars were there in this
three.
accident?
Ava and Cole were the third car. Wow. This one kid who created this accident apparently just got his license that day. Flying through a red light, hit another car with kids in the back seat.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
but all right, but wait a minute. Who was hurt?
They took the kids away. It didn't seem like there was anything, really bad. I mean, airbags went off and stuff like that, but not in Ava's car. And
so what's she crying about? She tell her, look, it could be these kids going to the hospital.
No, and I was impressed because she went up to the kids. She was helping. And she was sharp. She was sharp, and I went into soldier mode. Being a combat medic, I looked at her eyes.
Oh, all right. I thought you meant like you blew the guy up who caused the accident. That's
Oh no.
Soldier,
his dad was
soldier mode.
No,
so blow him up too.
Blow him up.
Well, that's what you do. You're a soldier. You're in war. You blow things up.
I don't have access to C4.
Well, you can't admit that on the air, but
no, I can't.
All right. So Cole was yelling at when
he was yelling at someone out the car. I really don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But make a long story short, and then all his family showed up, so it was like a family reunion. That was kind of funny, and because I guess he was upset, he called his family. Now, the next day, Jennifer and I go to Jones Beach.
Let me just stop you. How bad is her car? Totaled?
Totaled.
It is totaled.
Totaled,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
This
totaled.
guy really made some. This kid caused some damage.
This kid he was flying through a red light. Yeah.
Wow.
Nailed the side of another car, spun them around with the kids in the back seat.
Right.
All the airbags went off.
Jeez.
And that car, I think, was brand new.
Oh.
The one he hit.
Well, and then that car spinning around, that car hit Ava?
Kind of. I don't really know the exact how it exactly happened. The front end of Cole's car got damaged very badly.
Wow. All right. Sorry. So the next day.
So the next day we're going to Jones Beach to see Cyndi Lauper.
Gay! You went to the Pride game at Citi Field. Now you're going to Cyndi Lauper concerts. Michael Kaplan is gay.
I have no problem admitting I was a big fan in the 80s of her.
There is no way, if you weren't dating Jen, there is no way, it wouldn't have even been a thought in your mind to go see that show.
I won't disagree.
Okay.
I won't disagree. Several weeks back, we were looking at things to do, this and that. Oh, and she's like, Cyndi Lauper. And I'm like, yeah, I was a big fan in the 80s. And she was actually phenomenal. Great show. But we didn't know how the weather was going to be. Right. So Jen's mother gave me like a sweatshirt from her dad, right? Because I was at Jennifer's house. You following?
Yeah.
So we get out of the car, we're walking, and I didn't feel like carrying it, so I threw it over my shoulder.
The sweatshirt. Okay.
So about 45 minutes goes by. We're listening to music. We're looking at the merchandise, all that stuff. And I'm like, where the fuck did the sweatshirt go?
The mother gives you her husband's sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Is he still with us?
Yes.
Oh, he is. All right.
Yeah.
And you just discarded it like it was nothing.
Basically, yeah. It was on my shoulder, and I guess I thought it's at Jones Beach somewhere. I don't know. Seagulls flying around.
Did you then buy another sweatshirt at the Cyndi Lauper concert?
No. I don't think the father would like a Cyndi Lauper sweatshirt.
All right, so go to Amazon.
Yeah, I owe him. I've had a conversation with the mother already about it.
Was she mad?
No. You paying attention?
Unfortunately.
So the next morning, this is what tells you when something bad happens. Friday night, stay home. So Friday morning, it's like 5:30 in the morning. Her dog is a very early riser.
Okay.
Right? So I open a sliding glass door. There's 2 steps, and I stumble. And
wait a minute. Where were you going?
Letting the dog out.
Letting the dog out. So aren't you just opening the door and then closing it? Where are you
No,
going?
because there's a sliding glass door, then there's like this porch area, and then you have to open up another storm door.
Oh, okay.
So I'm stumbling. I don't know. I'm half asleep. My flip-flops grabbed. I have no idea. So I'm stumbling like this, and thank God the mother has these stackable chairs near the door, and there's the seat cushions on them. So I fall forward. I fall onto the cushions. I hit my elbow. I hit the side of my head on a windowsill or something. So I'm not all the way on the ground. So it was more like, and I just hit my head on the microphone.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
What? 5:30 in the morning this was?
Yeah. Sunday
So
morning.
you're just getting up to let the dog out and then you're going back to bed?
Yeah.
But you actually stopped for a second to put on your flip-flops. Just go let the dog out and you go to bed. See, that was the problem. The flip-flops caught.
But you know what? I never walk barefoot.
Gay!
Never. I never walk barefoot.
Why?
The Army taught me that. You know what's on the ground? You know important your foot is?
Do you think you're not?
I can't walk barefoot ever.
You're not
Very
absorbing
rarely.
or inhaling anything else. Like you think that really makes a difference?
Well, your feet are important. I've always protected my feet.
Really?
Yes.
I am never barefoot because of this situation, and I hate it. I used to always be barefoot.
Oh, you were?
Oh, I used to love walking around barefoot.
No, I hate it. And in fact, maybe it's a sensory thing. Even if I am barefoot at home, if I feel like a little crumb or something, it freaks me out.
I do remember, actually, now that you say that, I don't know if you remember this. You You were at my house. We were in the front, in the house in Seaford. We were in the front yard, and you stepped in dog shit. Just as you stepped in dog shit, a truck pulls up. I was sick. I was going through the cancer stuff. Just as you stepped in, a truck pulls up. It's a phone truck. It's my partner from work. He just happened to come by to see how I was doing. He gets out, and I shake his hand. I give him a hug, and I go to introduce him to you. And his name is Kevin. So Kevin, this is Mike. Mike, this is Kevin. Kevin puts out his hand, and I swear to you, you're like, because you were so upset that you stepped in dog shit, and you have the sneaker in your hand, you're looking at it, and you were just like you couldn't even get a full sentence out.
Yeah, I do.
And I remember standing there like, what the? And then Kevin said, you're obviously upset that you have the dog shit. Go take care of that. No problem. And into the house you went, and I just stood there talking to Kevin. I was like, but
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I remember. I know
you
I hate
couldn't get a
stepping
sentence out. Mike,
yeah, stepped in dog poop. Imagine if it was barefoot. It's another reason I don't walk barefoot. You just never know.
Well, you have to watch where you're going. Yeah. Okay, all right. But you didn't get hurt. You fell into pillows.
I fell into pillows, but I hit my elbow. My elbow is still bruised. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back to bed. Jennifer's she's awake and she's talking. I said I just kind of fell, but I didn't give her the whole broad spectrum. I said I didn't.
Don't call her a broad.
Huh?
I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
So I told her I didn't really fall all the way to the ground. So with that said, we're chatting for a little while. We go back to sleep. So now we're going to the Met game. David Wright bobblehead.
Correct.
So we're late because we had a couple things to do in the morning. So we're running late. The fucking traffic was ridiculous. Everything bottlenecks, and there was all
the whole way, or just around the stadium.
No, starting near the Throgs Neck. We were taking the back way across.
I was going to say, what do you mean the Throgs Neck?
Oh well, we looked at.
So you went past the stadium?
No, I got off at exit 31, and you take you pass Bell Boulevard, you pass the Throgs Neck, and you take that back entrance to City Field.
All right, that's a long way in my opinion, but all right.
I know. Even she says she usually takes the Grand. She takes
Grand Central takes you right to it.
I know, but there was so much traffic when I got off Cross Island. I said I'm going to take Cross Island. We had to park at the Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yep.
So we had a plan. We didn't get the bobbleheads. We were way too late. In fact, the guy was a dick. I walked in. I said, well, I guess that you ran out of the bobbleheads. He goes like this. He goes, yeah, like an hour ago.
An hour ago. How late were you to this game?
We missed the first half inning.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we missed.
But yeah, I could see if he said that in the fourth inning. But
yeah,
you only missed a half inning, and that's it. That's it.
The game basically just started when we would beat our tickets.
Too bad they didn't. I don't know, run out of you or something. I don't know. Too bad you didn't die an hour ago, dick. That's what I would have. I would have said something.
It turned me off. So this whole weekend had a strange vibe. So. We go get our sausage and our nachos.
Because you're gay?
Because we're gay.
Need the sausage?
The sausage. And we go to our spot, the one that you're not crazy about, behind the glass.
Oh, in that club there,
because it was hot out. Let's go eat in the air conditioning. Mm-hmm. But it was mobbed. It was David Wright weekend.
Right.
It was mobbed. So we ate, and we're just hanging out. We're actually listening to, as Keith calls him, Gar.
Oh, Gary, Keith, and Ron.
Right. And we're watching the game on the screen because all the tables, it was packed in there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, but we actually bought tickets in a little section 437. It's the last section before you hit the real upper deck in center field.
Yep. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I know where you are.
So we go there and we look at our row, and the seats were all the way in the corner. And every seat was taken, so
everybody would have had to get up to let you pass.
Yeah,
oh.
And it was I don't know, the third inning, fourth inning. So we're standing there, and I said, "Look at these two rows. There's empty seats all over the place."
Yeah.
So I'm standing below her. I'm standing below her because she's on the step above me, and I'm in the aisle.
Yeah.
And I'm standing in the aisle. So as a gentleman, I'm like, let's just sit here.
Okay.
So she goes and takes a step like this. She thinks it's level. I don't know. She had a tote bag. She had her soda. And all of a sudden, she took a step. She thought it was level. She does a face plant. She falls this way. The back of the chairs face just like this. And she's on the ground. So automatically, I get on the ground. And I'm just going like this to her back. I'm like, Jen, because her eyes are closed. I thought she was knocked out. I thought she was out.
My goodness.
I guess about maybe 8-10 seconds. She's like, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. And slowly get her up off the floor, the ground. I see her knees all cut up.
Oh, wow.
And I'm looking at her, and I see almost immediately her nose is turning black at the bridge of her nose. And
once you go black, you never go back.
Nope. So EMS had to be called. So EMS comes, and I have a 3-minute video because she looks at the guy. She goes, "Anybody ever tell you look like Brandon Nimmo?" And I didn't think so. She goes, and the guy says, "No, everyone tells me I look like the guy from Sons of Anarchy." So I'm like, "Oh, Jax?" It was a very macabre situation.
Do you actually like look up these words in the morning?
No, I happen to know them. Thank you. So she was with them for like 10-15 minutes getting checked out, and they would ice in her leg, ice in her nose, all these things. And she actually put a little dent in her glasses.
Oh, wow.
And then finally she said, "You know what?" She just looks at me. She goes, "I want to go home." So I don't think we watched one pitch live because we were standing in that section 60 seconds before she fell.
Wow.
We didn't even look down towards the field. And
what inning was that? Third or fourth?
Third or fourth. I think they were losing at the time.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They won 3-2 that day.
Yeah, but I think it was a late
2-0.
inning, a late game comeback, if I remember right. So you were not even there for half the game.
Not even half the game.
Wow.
And then we took the long track, and then we had to take that long walk back to the Arthur Ashe tennis.
You couldn't get
stadium.
Like one of those golf carts. Nobody would escort you back to your car.
They didn't even offer. They didn't offer. They
So
were
what
like,
did
"Oh,
they
you're
do?"
right. They fixed her up. They gave her an ice pack, and they bandaged her knee. And they said, "Are you okay?" I remember a guy coming over and said, "Guest services supervisor," with a shirt on. But they didn't offer anything. It's funny. While she was sitting there, she was bubbly about it. And she was like, "You think because of this I can get a bobblehead?" And he's like, "We don't even get discounts here, working here at EMS."
Really?
And they work for City Field.
They're City Field or
No, City Field.
Really?
City Field, EMS.
Yeah, he's full of it. I don't believe that for a second.
I didn't believe it either. So the moral of the story is if something happens bad Friday night, stay home.
She had a busted up knee, and they didn't and you guys had to do all that walking back to the car.
Mm-hmm.
Did you carry her?
No, I carried all the things.
That's insane. That's bullshit.
You know, I didn't even
Call the
think
Mets.
about that.
Yeah, they made you guys walk all that way back.
Last night, I was online seeing who I can call or write a letter to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. They didn't even offer, because you see golf carts all the time.
At least golf carts into the parking lot and then get security to let you drive in to grab her right outside of the stadium.
Yeah.
Something. That's
they didn't
messed
do
up.
any. They didn't offer us anything.
No,
I mean, they helped her. They were there within a couple of minutes with the wheelchair, and they had.
Sorry this happened. Sorry you're going to miss the rest of the game because you're leaving because you're in pain. You don't feel right. Here's some tickets to the next gay night, Pride night. No, really, they should something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in touch with them. I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
in
I
touch
think
with
you
them.
should.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Lawsuit. Own the Mets. Uh-oh. Now you're in for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I've heard this story, obviously, before the show, And I realize that you're right. They should have done more. They should have at least taken her to the car or have Mike pull up to the service entrance and pick her up. But I know why they didn't do that. And, Tony, you should realize why they didn't do that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, and let's see if you are on the same page. Why do you think they didn't do it?
No, you're calling in. You tell us.
Okay, look at his right arm. Look at his right arm. Tell him to put out his right arm.
You know, he might.
He's a fucking turncoat.
They didn't even look at me.
They didn't look at you. Are you kidding me?
They spotted
They didn't
that.
look at you. They sized you up and down, and the the supervisor came over and said, "This guy's got a fucking Yankee tattoo. Fuck him and his girlfriend."
Yeah, I think he's right.
All right, that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
All right, because you're a turncoat, Kaplan. All right, and they don't appreciate turncoats. Even Met fans don't want you. Okay,
Now-
the Yankees don't want you anymore. You're a man without a team.
Well, that's the thing. I think Yankee fans, you know, the Mets, forget the Mets. The Yankee fans, I think, would be more upset about that.
I don't care about
Oh, are you kidding me? I tell you, I would listen. In my heyday, I would call him out. In fact, I might go and put it on social media because Kaplan's a big guy on social media. I might turn around and make Dawn turn around and say, "Listen, Kaplan's going to the Mets," because. Well, I'm not going to say because because I'm not going to say that because he's denying that. He's denying the pussy that he is. He's denying it. For 20 years, I've been thinking about this. Well, you are so full of shit. It comes out of your ears.
Somebody's
I want to
feeling better
puke.
today.
Why don't you just tell the truth? You're going out with Jen, which is a lovely lady, and you want to turn around and you want to be united with her thinking, and we can accept that.
Nobody
but by
does.
you turning around and say, "Oh, I was thinking about that 20 years." 20 years? Are you shitting me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a long time to ponder.
I mean, believe me. Come on, Michael. You know, just man up. You're a semi-tough guy.
Listen,
You know,
I don't give a
just-
fuck what anybody says. I speak the truth. And for years...
You speak the truth.
Yes, I've been struggling because I hate Yankee fans. I just do. I'm
Do
sorry.
you, do you have plans on getting that tattoo
Yeah.
changed?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
When you do that, I want to set up a Zoom. We should watch you getting it done live.
I don't give a crap. I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh my God! Oh my! You talk about whipped. Oh Christ! Almighty.
This has really nothing to do with Jen. My aunt and uncle brought me to Shea a million times. My son did the Dynamets run several times. I've been to Citi Field in Shea 10 times more than Yankee Stadium.
All right, let me interrupt. I apologize for interrupting. So why did you get the tattoo? What was your reason to get that tattoo? Only diehard Yankee fans get tattoos.
He's got a good point there.
I have an ex-partner of mine that has one on his leg, all right, on his thigh, on another guy on his calf. They're diehard Yankee fans. Why did you get that? Because and how old is it? That's number one. How old is the tattoo?
It's a little over 20 years old.
A little over 20 years old. So you got the tattoo, you looked at it, and then you wanted to say,
And
I
you know
regret
what?
it. I wanted to.
I'm going to bury myself here.
Yeah, you already have.
I went to a game. My then ex-wife, we went to a game, and we were sitting near A-Rod. And A-Rod was my favorite player. And it was a great game. And we had these really cool, like, handicap seats, you know, the cushion seats in back of the sections in the new Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And the next day I got it.
Okay, that's the only reason why you got it. Is A-Rod was your favorite player?
Yeah, I love.
By the way, A-Rod was a mediocre player compared to the other players, and he was a bum. But that's neither here nor there.
No, I know he was not a good. He's not a good guy. No, I know
not
that.
at all.
Right,
But
he
watching him
was
play
a bum.
baseball,
You know,
he was-
but he wasn't the best player of the Yankees by far.
Correct.
Okay, so that inspired you to get a Yankee tattoo. You went to a tattoo parlor. You put out your arm, because of A-Rod. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's I'm telling you that's what happened.
Well, like he said, he buried himself without a doubt. That's,
oh my God!
That's
awful.
Yeah, but instead of chastising me, you should say, at least the guy's being honest.
I don't believe you. I don't think that's the reason. I don't believe. And if that's the reason, if you got that tattoo because of A-Rod, you're more fucking fucked up than I thought you were. Okay, because that doesn't make any sense at all.
I thought I was watching history, watching A-Rod and Jeter play next to each other. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. And plus, I wasn't sitting near any other fans, and I'm like, it was great. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, all right. So let's put that past us. I'm sorry, I'm taking some minutes of your show.
It's fine.
Tony, but this is very interesting. What do you? How are you going to remove that tattoo? You really can't remove a tattoo. You can, but you still see the indentation. What are you going to replace it with? Are you going to try to make a Mets tattoo over the Yankees tattoo?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I just puked. I'm sorry. All right. Well, listen, Tony. All right. I will acquiesce to you. All right. So you're gonna put a Met tattoo. All right. That you're gonna spend. I'm sure this tattoo is gonna cost you $200 or $300. I don't know. I only have one tattoo, and it's a memorial of 9/11, and because I never got a tattoo in my life, but until 2002. But you're going to do this. You're going to replace it to get a Mets tattoo. Am I correct?
That is my plan, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. To each his own. Have a good show. Goodbye. I'm gonna turn around and just. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Goodbye.
I know the perfect guy. He's actually out east. What's it called?
Cliffs?
No. Something duck?
Something duck? Fuck a duck?
What is it called? Rob White, who's a great comedian, local guy.
He's a tattoo artist?
He's a tattoo artist. That's his full-time gig. And he's been doing it since he was a kid. His father was a tattoo artist. Damn, what? There it is. The Black Duck Tattoo Company.
Where are they?
They're out east somewhere. Where are they? Selden. Oh. You live in Selden.
I live in Quorum.
That's what I said. But it's right next to it, right?
Town over, yeah.
So call Rob White. Tell him it's got to be at like 11:30 in the morning so that I can Zoom and we can watch this.
Okay.
So, and I'll reach out to Rob as well. But yeah, we got to.
Well,
when you're ready. When you're ready. When you're ready to do it, you let me know, and we'll hook up with Rob.
Rob White.
Rob White, great guy, really great guy. Good dude. All right, let me read some comments, and then I'll share my story. Wow, the comments are really coming in today. Love it. Love when there's a lot of comments. Fremder, last time I was there, Springsteen had the top floor. Seriously, Mike, put your dick away. Whoa. And Jeff Skelzy is backing me up. You did say deer. Why did deer go behind the tree? A deer comes out of the forest all upset, muttering to herself, "That's the last time I do that for $2." Oh, Bosie, for a minute I thought you were going to bring up the one time that me and Rich brought in whipped cream pies to splatter in my face and made a little bit of a mess. Oh, my apologies, Jeff. I did. I forgot all about that. When Jeff Bosie had a show in here with Rich Rader called No Rhyme, No Reason, they did that. What was the reason for that? No rhyme, no reason. But why did Rich do that to you? I don't remember what that was about. If you hear somebody knocking on the back door, it's really the sound of Mike's dick hitting the bottom of the desk after a Springsteen conversation. So I'm guessing Eric Clapton drinks his coffee with his heavy cream. Fremder, that will cause me to read less of your comments. Bosie, wait a minute. I went to a Cindy concert. Does that make me wait? Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Yeah, Jeff, we know. Did you see Jeff Bosie there?
No. I wasn't looking for him.
Well, Back in the day, I was on my way to Blockbuster and got rear-ended. I guess tonight I'll be renting Deliverance. Oh, my goodness. Mike, between Cyndi Lauper and Bruce Springsteen, you should change your name to Mike Kaplan.
Who wrote that?
Fremder.
Kaplan?
Kaplan, with a G. Oh, and then John Rusciello wrote, good one, Fremder. Bosie, it's weird. I don't like my feet touching the floor either. Only in the shower. Wait, it's a Met game. How do they run out of bobbleheads? Well, yeah, I agree.
First 15,000, but
oh, is that what they said?
Yeah,
15,000. That's it.
And they had to know they were going to be mobbed.
Yeah. If you're concerned about them running out of bobbleheads at the game, stop off at 7-Eleven on the way. Yeah, they usually do sell bobbleheads there too. From to some people read normal shit while Mike reads the dictionary, D-I-C-K-tionary.
God.
Ann's all excited to hear John on the phone. Jeff Skelsey's excited. Glad to hear John's back to his busting ball self. Of course, Mike would go to a game and sit next to a Rod. Friend, I wish I thought of that because you're gay. Skelsey, John is back with multiple exclamation points. On the other arm, Mike should get a tattoo that says, I'm an idiot for getting the other tattoo. Skelsey says, go to Kings Avenue Tattoo in Massapequa. I've heard good things about that place too, Jeff, but I have to stay loyal to Rob White. So my dear friend is so fucked up, says John Rusciello. Mike should get a tattoo of eyes on his eyelids so it looks like he's still paying attention when he's falling asleep.
What?
Oh, look at that. Ann Rothney. I don't care what kind of tattoo Magic Mike gets. Love my Wednesdays with Mike. Wow.
My buddy Ann.
Ann.
Thank you, Ann.
All right. Now I'm going to tell a story of the clusterfuck that I went through last night. It's been a weird week here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. I complained about it yesterday on the show. Monday night, my son was bringing back his superhero podcast. He had a superhero podcast in here for a while with another guy, and him and that guy no longer speak, so that podcast was gone. Zach decided to bring back a superhero podcast on his own. This Monday was supposed to be the first night of it. It was going to be pre-recorded. He had a guy, a hip-hop artist, that had seen the podcast and contacted him about being a guest. So Zach's like, yeah, of course, let's do it. His name is Spivey. He's out of Michigan. We come in Monday afternoon. We record the interview. We were going to post it Monday night. I don't know. Something happened here, and I lost it. I lost the file. The file was gone. There was a file, a corrupted file. Zach's girlfriend took it. She was able to manipulate it, but she said it was only the first 5 minutes of the show. So I felt awful about that. Really awful. Now, but then the next day, we did Peter Schwartz's show. This would be yesterday. We did his show. He's up in Cooperstown at the Baseball Hall of Fame. We did the whole, I was here working the knobs, and, we made it happen. Peter, it was the first time we ever did a fully remote show like that. We've had people on Zoom and stuff, but usually the host of the show, the person that's leading the interview, is here. This was a whole remote show with Peter and his computer and a microphone up at Cooperstown. The president of the Baseball Hall of Fame actually sat with him and did an interview with him. Wow. It was a really great show, and it was just cool. Everything went smoothly, so I was all proud of myself, and I thought it was a cool moment for this studio. And then last night, we do Hershey and the Keegs. Chris Roach did his show, and then we had Hershey and the Keegs. And it was a great show. They had Matt Sarah came back. It was his second time here, MMA fighter, and he brought famous MMA trainer Ray Longo. If you're into MMA, you know who these guys are. These guys are huge in that world. And Matt Sarah is a lot of fun. The first time he was in here, somehow my leg came up, and we were making jokes about it. And he did his podcast the next day. He spent the first 10 minutes of his podcast talking about Hershey and the Keegs, and then even said, and their engineer, Tony, only has one leg. I can't imagine. They're picking on him. It was very funny. So we had a great time with them yesterday. So they come in. We're doing the show, and we're about 10 minutes in. And there's a knock on the door. Hirschman knew all about it. He set it up. I go to the door. I'm not going to say the guy's name or where he's from, but it was a guy delivering pizza, okay? And he brought, I think, 2 or 3 different pies. He brought some other things. Like, he really took care of these guys and, brought the food. We talked to him for 5 minutes. Out the door he goes, right? So he leaves the studio, and this is where it all goes to shit. I'm sitting right here. The door to leave the building, the only door that I have a key to, the only access I have to get into this building is really right on the other. There's a wall 2 feet next to me here, to my right. The door to go out of the building is in the hallway right on the other side of this wall. So I always hear when somebody knocks, I always hear that door open or close, So I'm here. The pizza guy walks out of the studio, and I don't hear the outside door.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, so I knew it. I'm like, this guy's walking into the club. He's going to set alarms off. So I don't move very fast. So I get out. They're doing the show. As soon as I get into the hallway, I see the door leading into the club closes. So I'm like, shit, he's going into. And I'm trying to get over there as fast as I can because I don't want him setting off alarms. I'm halfway down the hallway. I hear the alarm. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. So I want to show you what this guy did. So he went into the club. When you coming from here, you go into the club. The club is on the left. To the right are bathrooms. Right next to the bathrooms is an emergency door. So when I say emergency door, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what an emergency door is? Well, that's the door right there. That's the door right there. It clearly says, emergency exit only, push here, alarm will sound. It's, attached to this box. It's got another sign right there, emergency exit only, push here, alarm will sound. What? I mean, I'm sure you make a great pizza, pal, but what in the world are you thinking trying to go out that door?
But you make a right here. You're staring at the door that he just entered.
And that went through my mind, too. Like, you were in here for 5 minutes. You really got lost? Like, you really forgot how you got in here that quickly? So the alarm is going off. And so as soon as I walk in, he turns to me and goes, I'm trying to get out of here. I go, that's not. I said to him, that's an emergency door. He goes, he said it again, but I'm trying to get out of here. I said, come on. I lead him out. Now I go back. I go into the club. I'm I'm hitting the alarm button. I'm hitting the code. But now I'm an idiot. I'm not even thinking. He went out he tried to go out the emergency door. So the alarm was the fire alarm, not the security alarm. So I'm messing with I'm not realizing. So I'm messing with the alarm. Now I set that alarm. Now there's 2 alarms going off. So now I'm like, what? And that's when I realized, shit, that's the fire alarm. That's a different alarm. I'm like, what the? I managed to get the security alarm off. Now the owners are calling me. What's going on? I'm telling them. And of course I tell them, the pizza guy, and they're like, what? James is, what? So I tell him again. And I said, I'm really sorry. I said, this fucking idiot, why he pushed that door. I said, James, how do I turn off the fire alarm? Now you see in the picture.
Did the fire department show up?
That's the weird part. Well, I think he intercepted them. I think he called them or they called him.
I see.
But the alarm was still going off. If you look at the picture, you see on that box there's 2 keys. There's 2 keyholes. One on the bottom of the box there and right there in the middle in the black area. Mm-hmm. So James says, well, there's 2 keys. He goes, I have one. The other one's in the safe. He goes, I'm currently in New Jersey. He goes, and then he didn't have to say anything after that. I know he's not going to give me the combo to the safe.
Right.
So he goes, all right. He goes, and he was clearly frustrated, and he's just like, all right, you're just going to have to leave it. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll leave it. He goes, but but here's the deal. He goes, you got to make sure that door is closed. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't it be closed? Sure enough, I walked over to the door. I give it the slightest push, and it opens. I pull it back, and it's not, like, nothing is latching. It's not sticking.
Oh.
I'm like, oh. He goes, I don't care about the alarm. He says, you got to make sure that door is closed. He goes, otherwise, I'll have people walking in. I'm like, okay. I'm spending.
What the hell?
This was a mess. I'm now spending a good half hour. The show's going on in here. Phones are ringing. Things are going on, and I'm not here to fucking handle it. I'm trying to get this door closed. No matter what I was doing, this door would not latch closed. I'm like, so now I'm like furious. I'm like, what the hell? And then I gave up. I come back in here. We probably maybe another 15, 20 minutes to the show. We finish up the show. So as soon as the show's over, I tell Hirschman, because he set all this up, I said, your buddy, because I think he knows the guy. I said, your buddy screwed me. And I told him exactly what was going on, showed him the door. I'm like, how do you walk out that door? What in the world are you thinking? Can't you read? So, and I said to him, I said, I can't get this door closed. Thankfully, Hirschman and Keegan got my message. Like they knew exactly what I was saying. I didn't have to actually say the words, if I can't leave until that's fixed, you're not leaving either, because this was for your show.
Yeah.
And so immediately they picked up on that, and they were like, yeah, we're not going to leave you here. We spent, so that happened around 9:20. Their show ended at 10. So that was already a half hour I spent trying to do it. So now the show's over. It's a little after 10 o'clock. So now the three of us are trying to get this door closed. Nothing's working. We're trying to figure out what to do. At 11:30, Hirschman says, all right, we're walking around. We're trying. So that's what there's a big giant stick in the corner of this room that you made a reference to when you first got here today. Yeah. I found that in one of the closets here because I was hoping I can stick that big stick through the handle and so nobody can open from the outside.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that stick to work. We were trying all sorts of ideas. We're standing outside because, again, the door leads to the outdoors, and we were, I think, trying to push the door closed from the outside. And I just happened to look at one of the gutters, drains, and there's a chain hanging off of it. I'm like, oh, my God. It was like a gift from God. All of a sudden, boom, there's a chain. It was so rusted, like the last link of the chain, it's almost like a circle, and right there, like it has like one of those pieces, like both sides, and it has this screw-in thing.
A carabiner.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So it was so rusted. I'm like, and I'm struggling trying to get it so I can maybe, hook this chain up. And I'm complaining. The damn thing's rusted. I can't. Just as I was about to let go, I felt the slightest turn. I'm like, oh, I got it. I go, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm just going to put the chain around the door, the handle, and I'll, find, there was a pipe in the corner. I'm just going to hook it up to this pipe. I know that's illegal, but
right.
It's just for the night. I'm going to get this damn door closed. Plus, we're doing this as the alarm is still going off. So our ears are killing us.
Oh, wow.
The chain is short by maybe 6 inches. Story of my life. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So we're back to the drawing board. Mark Hirschman lives very close to here. I go on Facebook. Anybody got some rope or know where I can get some chain at this time of night? And, of course, people are commenting,
right.
What, does Rex Human not need that stuff anymore? Or, you're having a little fun in your basement? That time, I'm like, yeah. And I had one person offer me some rope. But then, like I said, Hirschman lives close by. So he reached out to a neighbor, and that guy gave him these, like, heavy-duty ties. Just like heavy-duty ties. Like, you take the other end and it slides in the little... Mm-hmm. But I'm like, what's that?
Straps?
Yeah, black ties, straps. But he also gave him some bungee cords. So we put the bungee cords on. We made like a little chain out of the black ties and put those on too. But that seemed to do...
really rigged it.
It's a giant mess. We even at one point, because it's right outside the bathroom, so I grabbed a dolly, on wheels that happened to be in the hallway, and I kind of wedged that against the corner, and then put the chain around it, And like, so if anybody tries to open the door, they're going to pull the dolly, and the dolly's just going to hit this corner that I wedged it against. Maybe they won't get the door open. Hirschman brought in some jumper cables that he doesn't use, and that like the thick jumper cables, if you just peel them, we did that. We peeled the jumper cables and we tried to tie those up somehow, and we left it all. We got it going. We finally got it to stay with the bungee cords and the black ties, but everything else we did, the dolly and the jumper cables, and like we just left it all hanging there. Because it was midnight at this point. We didn't want to deal with it anymore. I know we're running late. Let me see who this is. Hello?
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 Hey, is this Mr. Angelito?
Yes. Who's calling, please?
My name is Nathan. I was calling about your property at 135 Ranch Lane in Levittown.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been looking to buy a house in this area. Just wanted to know if you'd be open to selling at all.
What are you offering?
It's a great question. Would you be able to give me a better understanding of the property? Because, I mean, obviously I've never been inside. I'm just looking on Zillow right now.
Are you looking to buy it for yourself, like personal, or open a business?
I mean, I'm an investor.
Oh, okay. Because what I really like to do, I run a business out of the house, and what I'm looking for is somebody to buy in. It's a nice, comfortable place where I have women and guys can come in and kind of make themselves at home, and and the women kind of take care of them a little bit, make sure that they're nice and happy and comfortable.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You being for real?
Yeah. What do you mean?
How much would you sell for?
I don't know. I mean, why don't you? I think you should come on down, meet the girls, and then we'll sit and talk.
You don't have any ballpark you'd be around?
Well, we can discuss that in person.
Before you change it up, though, how many bedrooms and bathrooms were there? Just to get an idea of the size.
There's 6 bedrooms. Well, a lot of it's converted. I don't really have a need for a den or a dining room. So
no, but legally, how many bedrooms and bathrooms were there?
Oh, legally, I don't know, 3 or 4 probably.
Okay. And then bathrooms?
Bathrooms, I have 4 bathrooms. 2 of them have showers.
So 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, 2 bathrooms, but then I have other like half baths. Two more like half bath, just with a toilet. In case guys got to take a dump.
Okay. And is there a basement here? Oh no, there isn't. It's 11, right?
Correct.
Okay. And when was the last time you guys when did you actually renovate the property to make it what it is now?
Well, I'll tell you, these guys make a mess. So I do renovate regularly, especially the carpet, the carpets and stuff. Yeah, and the walls. So I change that stuff out quite often.
But the siding, the roof, the kitchen, or there's no kitchen?
A very small kitchen area, yeah.
Okay, so the kitchen, the roof, the siding, when was the last time you guys did that?
It's hard. I don't know, within the past 5 or 10 years.
Okay, so it's not in terrible condition at all.
No, not at all. It's in good shape, and the guys are very, and sometimes the girls too. They're very happy there. You should, come on down. It's on me. The girls, I'll have one of the girls take good care of you, and then we'll talk. It's a great place.
You don't know where you would be around at all? You don't have a ballpark?
I'd just rather discuss that in person. See what we can do.
Okay. I mean, I can't tell if you're being genuine with me. If you are, I'd love to take a look at the house.
I'm around all afternoon. Come on down.
Oh, what was your first name, Mr. Angelito?
My name is Vinny.
All right, Vinny. You sure any time works for you?
Well, if you want to call me first, that's fine, just in case. But yeah, I'm free this afternoon.
Okay. So like 3 p.m. works for you?
3 p.m. Yeah, well, call me first. But where are you? Are you far?
I'm in Great Neck.
Oh, all right. You're not too far. So, yeah, just try me before you leave, just in case.
Based on what you said, I'd probably be around like 600. Does that sound something you'd be open to?
That might be a little low, but again, we can talk and see what we can do.
Little low. So it sounds like you have an estimate where you'd be. Because I don't want to show up and, not even having, like, we're not even on the same page,
Oh, I just thought you'd like, you like to see the house to see, see for yourself what you're, what you might be getting into, and then, like I said, I'd love to get the girls to, take you care of you, so you can go back to Great Neck and tell your friends about our place.
All right, Vinny, I'll give you a call back. Maybe.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much.
Take care.
All right. I tried. So, yeah. So the the bungee cords seem to do the trick, and so we left here. It was after midnight, with the fire alarm still going. We're like, all right, well, we think the door is closed, so we had to leave it like that. We left, and then this morning I come in, and sure enough, I still hear it. I walk in, I'm like, ugh. And then John Truson, who walked by before and waved. John Truson, great comedian, works here at the club. I'm here for maybe 5 minutes, and all of a sudden I hear the alarm go off. It shuts off. I'm like, oh. So I go down the hall. And there's Truson standing there, and he just looks right at me. John Truson's a very even keel, like mellow dude, but doesn't pull punches. He'll tell you flat out what he's thinking. But so I go back. I go there. His back is to me. He's messing with the door. He just turns around. What the fuck happened here? Just like that. I'm now cracking up. I tell him this whole story. He had the key to turn the fire alarm off. Now his key is stuck. He can't get the damn key out.
Oh, come on.
I'm like, this is never ending. So I tell him the whole thing, and I said, you want me to clean this mess up? I said, but it is holding the door closed. He said, if it's holding the door closed, leave it. I'm like, okay. He goes, yeah, this is a mess. I said, I know. And I said to him, I said, I don't know what this guy was thinking. Why he would go. I was flabbergasted. Why would somebody.
I have no idea.
You see
How old
that.
Of a guy was this guy?
I think he was, I want to say maybe in his 40s. Maybe even our age. I don't know.
And you heard him speaking, so apparently he speaks English. He knows.
Oh, he's American.
Yeah.
And he seemed like he owns this pizza place, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what Hirschman said.
So he's a business owner, and he doesn't know how to get out of a building.
Exactly.
Wow.
I think even the stupidest people I know would see that door and know, okay, I can't. I will set off alarms. Like, yeah. I don't know what in the world this guy was thinking. and I even said afterwards, like, if he's lost, can't figure out how to get out, and sees that door,
come back here.
Turn around, go back the way you came, come in here. Hey guys, how do we get out of here?
It's 6 feet away, 8 feet away.
It has happened. I have to say, it's happened plenty of times where people say, "How do I get out of here again?" And yeah, almost every time I'm like, the door that's right there, but. But it's not the end of the world. So I would have just said, right, yeah, it's the door right here. We came in that door. Like, instead, I'm just going to try and push open this door that says emergency exit. Like, if you hit this door, an alarm will sound. I couldn't believe it. So I didn't. And then Lisa had asked me earlier in the night. Sammy goes to a summer camp down in Long Beach, which is South Shore. It's actually on the beach. So Lisa said to me before I came here last night, she goes, on your way home, can you stop and get sunscreen?
Right.
Because Sammy was out of it. I'm like, okay. So now it's midnight. I am tired. I'm frustrated. I'm so mad. But now, there's a CVS that's not too far from my house. That's 24 hours.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I can still get the sunscreen. But at that point, like, I just wanted to get home.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is. It's after midnight. I think it's like 12:15 that I get out of here. And instead of going home, I now have to run to the store. Like, I was beyond. I couldn't believe it. So
wow.
That's my story. All right, let me finish up with some comments, and then we're going to get out of here. Thanks for sticking around. I know we're going late
problem.
Here. But, I wanted to get this story going. Okay. be fair, the code is those doors should be unlocked when people are in the building. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff. No, that's correct, and it was unlocked.
Yeah.
That was John Rusciello saying that. Pizza delivery guys aren't the smartest bunch. I know. I used to be one, says Fremda. Oh, okay. I mean, no, you're not. No, you're one.
No, you're brilliant.
It's not technically locked from exiting. Right. Yeah, it's locked on the out. Sorry, John. Now I'm realizing what you said. Yes, locked on the outside, but on the inside, it's just the push handle that you just push open. So it's locked on the outside. but that was the problem. We couldn't get it to latch. The latch wasn't hooking. Like we couldn't get anything going here. So yeah, and so anybody could have just walked in if we left it. As long as it automatically unlocks when it's pushed. Right, Jeff. That's exactly what it is. And then John said he understands. Okay. Fremder's making fun of me because, we're making a long story longer. Who needs Ambien when you can listen to these stories, says Fremder. Spit it out. I'm losing my brain cells here. Shut up. Tony, I saw that. You should have known the jokes would fly. Yes. Bosa, you're adorable. I'm going to give you a strap so you can keep in an emergency. Well, Jeff, you're the handy guy that fixes everything around here. Come fix the door. Jeff Skelzy, $1.3 million. What?
For the house.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Some of that was good. I tried to mess with the guy a little bit.
I thought you did all right.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to chime in, but.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you.
I
heard you laughing, so I did turn the mic off at one point. But Fremder, all that work, you couldn't have just put Mike Keegan up against the door for a night. Again, I read without ahead of time. Stop breaking this kid's balls, says Rusciello. Why not? That was fun. He didn't buy it for a second. He didn't buy it for a second anyway. Fremder, a 5-year-old that doesn't even know how to read, yet you wouldn't even go through that door. Right. This story was longer than yesterday's podcast, said Scott. All right. With that, we're getting out of here. You know what? I'll take a picture of the door and show you the train wreck that we have, and I'll show it to you tomorrow. All right. Time to get out of here. What's today? Wednesday. We got, what's it called? Circling the Drain tonight at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Coffee with the Dog. Me and Frank will be in here tomorrow at 11 a.m. We have Stuart Marcus joining in on Zoom at noon, and on the phone will be Jason Chapin, Harry Chapin's son. Both of these guys have been on the show before, but they have a Harry Chapin tribute concert coming up. I believe it's this weekend that they're promoting. Look at him laughing at himself like the narcissist that he is. So that's our show tomorrow. On Friday, our show, there's a Meatloaf tribute band playing Mulcahy's Friday night. So they'll be on the show Friday. They're called Meatloaf, M-E-E-T, like go meet somebody, Meatloaf. That's Friday's show. But if you don't want to go see a concert on Friday, you have the choice of some great comedy shows at the Governor's Comedy Clubs. You can go to McGuire's in Bohemia and see Joey Cola, or you can come right here to Governor's in Levittown and see Colin Jost. Let's see, who else is playing Governor's this weekend? The Long Island Laugh-Off is still going on. Tonight in the Hamptons, the Room at the Clubhouse, Tom Cotter, brought to you by Governor's. Tom Cotter is fantastic. Jeffrey Asmus tomorrow. Colin Jost Friday. Joe Matarese on Saturday. In the Giggle Room on Friday, Tom Egan, Nadia Smirnova. Mark Gagnon on Saturday in the Giggle Room. The Brokerage, Joey Vega Friday. Saku Ali, Ivory Fields, Christy Miller on Saturday. McGuire's, Joey Cola Friday, Joey Vega Saturday, and also Howard Moore doing the late show on Friday as well. govs.com. Check out the full schedule, find out what's going on, and make some reservations to some great comedy shows. And Gov's Comedy Club podcast, I gave you the rundown on that already. Colin Jost is sold out, says Scott. Well, you never know. Sometimes if there's cancellations or something, you can still get in. Or sometimes they'll add a show, or sometimes they'll even open up the Giggle Room with a screen, if you like to watch that. So, yes, he's married to Scarlett Johansson, yes. And then, John Rusciello, he's going to see Fat Jay in Boca on Friday. That's cool. That's very exciting. I'm excited to hear how that goes. KnockEmDeadComedy.com. Check out our schedule, what we got going on, as well as information on how you can hire us for your event. KnockEmDeadComedy.com. We're going to be at McGuire's in December. And don't forget, as I've been pushing, don't forget A Bronx Tale is playing in August in Belmore, where a portion of the proceeds are going to the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. Chaz Palminteri himself will be there on August 2nd. And also October 4th, don't forget Tony Walker and Friends in the Giggle Room, brought to you by Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Joe Pacino, Mike Pacetti, Alec Quinn will be there, and we'll be adding some other comedians as well. And Andrew Fremder is getting 3 to 5 minutes at that show. That would, yeah. Start writing those jokes, Fremder. All right, with that, we're finally out of here. Thanks for sticking around with us a little late. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week, pal.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Everybody have a good day. We'll see you later.